you can hear us all. Okay, looking at Odin, we have the Bologna, we have the Geb and the Medusa pick there. Geb obviously stolen away from Zenborn, one of his strongest champions. It's what he's picked in almost every game. They've been first picking Geb with the Medusa. Strong combo there. A lot of nice wave clear early on. Sylvanas, however, if he picks up that attack speed nice and early, he has a nice wave clear as well. With Dobson, a lot of poke there with that lane if they're able to land a couple pulls. Facing off in the mid lane, Poseidon Isis. Obviously, Isis with the early clear and has the gap close on, well, not really gap close, but has, I guess, the distance closer with the Spirit Ball and the Wind Gust on Poseidon. But if Poseidon can land that pool underneath Isis' feet, it really negates the Wind Gust. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out. Furthermore, looking at the rest of the roster, you're going to see Future facing off against Wilmot in the jungle, Bologna versus Hunbats. Obviously, damage output, Hunbats has a ton of it. Bologna has a lot in her own right, but she's tanky. So I kind of land on the point that maybe Bologna wins that matchup from a pure if you meet each other in the jungle, and who's going to win? It's probably going to be Bologna.
It's the disarm, yeah. It's the disarm, it's the burst of damage, but it's not about straight up in the 1v1s. These guys, Bologna kind of can 1v1, but she also works very well with different synergies. You're looking for anything that brings a bonus CC for her to be able to land that bludgeon. For Bologna, it's all about confirming that bludgeon. If she can, she'll generally win the matchup. That's why she'd win out against a Hunbats who does an ultimate in the middle of that. Anyone that can interrupt her too in the bludgeon is really, really strong against her, and it is why a lot of the time you do see people attempting to pick something like an Athena that normally wouldn't work if she's picked in towards the solo lane to try and taunt her out the bludgeon, remove her wave clear and whatnot. But in the jungle, it's a lot harder to predict. It's a lot harder to pull out. You're right, she does get tankier. She's phenomenally good at that, at getting tanky and beefy in the mid game. Disarm, incredibly strong. Probably the strongest CC late game in my mind. Maybe Mez, because Mez do get quite up there, but they can be removed, right? Disarm's a lot harder to remove. If you're burning up beads for a disarm as an AD carry, you know you're in trouble, right? Because you know you need to be keeping out that damage, and you can't. Her sustain is phenomenal. Her entire kit is just really, really strong. And Humbats is just in a funny spot at the moment. That's kind of the
Slow down there, Kangaroo. We're ready to start up here.
He does a lot of damage, but it's about getting there, and his ultimate's not perfect in the form of CC either.
Alright, we're ready to start up here now. Ospas, are we synced up?
You want 46 seconds?
Yes, I am.
Alright.
Alright.
Let's do this.
3, 2, 1, resume. Ranconius for that awesome pregame analysis there. Biding some time while we try and fix up production. We're going to see the aggressive warning coming out from the Insomnia roster. They're going to go a little bit deep here. Zenborn looking for the pull nice and early here on Mr. Turtle. Edging on up, but he's just going to place the ward and back it on off. He's got some snow on there. Seen some snow on my grass early this morning, Ospas. And that's just reminded me of it even more, looking at Zenborn. Yeah. It's enough to make you sick.
I mean, we do see that a lot, where a team would move out of base quite quickly and look for a 5-man rotation. It can catch someone quite off guard, and that first blood, that extra 500 gold that you get is pretty nice to have. The only thing is that if you stay too long, then you're gonna lose your farm, and it just becomes a bit awkward. But they've gone back, they didn't really get anything, and it's just a normal start. They actually got a bit of vision on top of Team Odin, but other than that, it's just a normal start.
So, interesting thing to note here, that both Tier 2 Transcendent starts on both Hunters here. Very interesting. Seeing that Bluestone's been so huge in this meta right now, to see that not on any start on a Hunter, especially a Medusa and an X-Ball early on, is a little bit crazy to me.
Yeah, what with that item? I mean, yeah. The Charge Morningstar is essentially just get to Transcendence as quick as possible. I mean, there's a bit of when Bluestone got its buff, there's always going to be a bit of like, oh, let's just get Bluestone because it's really strong. But you soon realize that we'll just go back to Transcendence with the Charge Morningstar, and then you get 3 health pots and 3 mana pots, and it's just a bit more sustain, and you get to see Transcendence a lot quicker as well. Bit risky play there from Hades in the solo lane. He's going into the wave. If Watson actually capitalized on top of that, he could have done some serious damage to Hades then.
That's not something you want to do against a skilled player like Watson. Watson will come up and challenge you all the time. There is the dash back. Hades going to be pushed back into the middle of the lane there. He's going to get a little bit of sustain back, but he is down to 3 bars of health. And the nice thing about Hercules is he will sustain through that. This must be where we see the 3 DCs coming out on both sides here. We're going to see the first pause coming out in the game.
What are your rules on game pauses?
Rules on the game
Just to
pauses?
clarify.
I'm pretty sure the rules in the game pauses, there's nothing solid in, you have to have sportsmanship or anything like that, but there's so many in that you're allowed in the game.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure just from the game client itself. You're only allowed, I think it's 2 or 3. I can't remember. So with that being said, I mean, once you hit that threshold, that's it.
I mean, I'm just saying because yesterday we had some serious problems with DCs, and we don't really want it to affect the DC to affect the outcome of the match, and we don't want it to put it into another team's favor, if you know what I mean, because that would be unfortunate, especially when it's the mid laner who is currently just going back. He's actually back into base. The bot has decided to back to base, so that's extra time for ISIS to get back into lane where Poseidon is farming, and you don't want that.
Especially when you see Humbats and Poseidon coming back from the back camps, they're farming efficiently, and then to get to the wave before Bellona is even able to get back to lane and pushing it in on top of the Bellona is unfortunate. But she's going to get back in time, and the back is going to be cancelled there. So yeah, that's some relief there on their side as Watson hits level 4 first in the solo lane, and look for him to continue to pressure Hades here now. Look for that pluck. Just wait for it. It's going to happen.
Yeah, if you can somehow get the wave. Oh, that's very risky from Hades. A lot of Hades would start off with Death from Below, followed by Devour Souls, but then they switch to the Silence and then Devour Souls because it just gives you that bit of extra safety, and it allows you to keep your escape. But Watson's got control of this lane at the moment because you see what he's doing, he's just hitting it back archers and trying to deny as much experience to Hades as he gets the ball. Driving strike into minions, this is going to be first blood. No, yes, the boulder comes out and that is it, first blood for Watson and for Team Insomnia.
And that's the type of thing you expect when you have Watson on your team. You want him to take that first blood, and the dreaded solo versus solo kill comes out early, and BB Lovecat is going to get some ribbon from his teammates on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think the fact that he's just using Death from Below to get into the wave, it allowed Watson to put a lot of pressure on top of him, and you don't want that, especially against the Hercules.
And the other problem is when you're running away from a Hercules, you don't hug a wall. You never hug a wall in Hercules. I mean, maybe he's hoping for the wall to clip and bounce the opposite direction or something, but you normally want to stay to the center of the wave so you can either juke left or right wherever the boulder's going.
Yeah, obviously, with the boulder, it does narrow the space where the boulder has to go, and it does bounce off walls, but that's the only thing I could think of for the Hades to actually go into, because you want to get behind your tower as quickly as possible. And as we talk about Hades, he's gone ahead and bought the second grade of the teleport to towers, so he's gonna be down for 140 seconds. If he can sustain through that and farm quite effectively, he should be alright. I'd like to see a Divine Ruin coming out from Hades quite quick, but he's getting absolutely smacked by Watson yet again.
He's getting bodied here in the solo lane. Here's the ultimate from the Hercules coming out, but not the double tap. Almost, though. That was almost imminent death for BB Lovecat right there. And you have to think that he knows that he's going to get bodied by Watson in lane to go and buy a tier 2 teleport this early into the game. We're going to see We're going to see Ice is actually rotating to help with the blue buff.
Yeah, obviously, there's no aggression coming out from the jungler. I expect that Future would not be making an appearance in solo lane anytime soon. If Hercules is winning that lane and he's very comfortable in that lane, there's no point for the jungler to be over there. I've seen multiple times where people are calling it, come gank my lane, come gank my lane, but you might as well just leave it. If you're so far pushed up, just leave it. You're needed elsewhere, and that's what I think Future's going to be doing. I mean, if you want to go ahead and get a cheeky kill over there when Hades overextends, then fair dues. But you need to be in these team fights these early team fights.
Watson has 1,000 gold lead on BB right now, and you can't help but imagine if that continues, that's going to become a colossal difference. There might be a full item build difference by the time 10 minutes hits. And when you're looking at a player like Hercules, who does so well in this meta with his heal and his ability just to get in. If he gets a melee renewal online and is able to just influence team fights in the mid lane, it's going to be a huge issue for Odin as the game goes on.
Yeah, I mean, if Hades doesn't get a Divine Ruin, then Hercules is going to be solid, especially in team fights. He's going to provide a lot of setup, and also he's got that Sylvanas support backing him up with those healing wisps as well. So not only is he going to get the healing from mitigating wounds, but also from the wisps. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with at that 15-17 minute mark, possibly even sooner if he does get a higher level and starts making rotations, as I would probably expect him to do.
Got not a whole lot to talk about here. Humbat's making the rotation solely now as BB Lovecat smack back. Look for the C. No fear, no evil, but the death from below too quick as Future whiffed on that one there, putting it down a little bit prematurely as Hades did have his dash.
I don't think he did it quick enough, actually. If he did it quick enough, then the death from below would have been cancelled out, and he would have been CC'd in the fear no evil. But unfortunately, he's got Hades does have teleport. He's just used it. He's back into lane. He could go aggressive, but you know Watson's quite going to be start to be quite tanky, and he's also going to be doing a lot of damage. Look at him; he's just going ahead trying to get as much damage as he can with the auto attack, and then he's looking for that combo, ain't he? The Earthbreaker and then the driving strike. He's looking for it all the time. Ooh, Bob, Lovecat, what are you doing?
Yeah, Lovecat getting caught in a death from below on those back archers once again. Watson getting chased down by a couple minions there. He's going to back it on up. But BB's got to be careful here. He's a sucker for punishment.
Yeah, he should really be using his silence to clear wave. Not death from below, not now. If you get caught out and that Humbats is lurking in the jungle, you're dead. It's as simple as that. He got quite lucky last time because Death from Below just was online. But if that Humbats is lurking, has he just done it again?
He's done it again. But the interesting to note is he is narrowing that goal lead. He's 100 gold further than he was before. Looking at the mid lane, here's the big slam from Future.
Yeah, Zenborg gets credited for the kill. The Future actually going to go ahead and chase a Wilmot at the moment. Is he going to be able to get out of there? Yeah, he should be fine. That's a 4-man grouping for Team Insomnia, though. And they should be possibly looking for a Goal Fury. Ooh, yeah.
They're all going to back out of that. They're going to push waves, make sure they control mid camps. They know the rights are up as they've guaranteed those timers. They have both right now. So they'll be able to snowball off those. And you'll know that from the former Mortality Team Insomnia roster. See, I keep catching myself. I almost keep calling them Mortality, and I have to back it up, the former Mortality, But yeah, these guys, it's something they do very well. They like to control the mid camps, the timers on the map, and you'll see them opt for the timers on the mid camps this early in the game before they'll hit a Goal Fury, because they know that Goal Fury isn't worth quite as much. It's not worth the risk at this point in the game.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, if there's a 3-man grouping on the opposite team, and you're there having a sniff at mid camps, then you don't want to get caught out. Not
Look
at all.
at Watson.
Oh, yeah, he's safe though. That's the thing. He's Hercules, and Hades is less than half health. A simple Earthbreaker and Driving Strike. That's Hades gone. He's got it. He's got it. Is he gonna finish it off? Hang on, I can't see because the spectator.
And there is the auto attacks are coming out, but Geb is here now as well. Wilmot in as well. Could this be a great bait? There's the Eagles rally on top of Watson, and the Bludgeon is down. He's down to half health, but Geb is so far behind. Here comes Future with the rotation, and they are going to look to set up. He's going to catch him with the Artsbreaker, and he's going to be dashed back. Wilmot down to 2 bars of health. He is caught in the mini wave. There's the Cataclysm with the disengage. Bludgeon going down, but Future's in as well. The auto attacks are being landed, and there you go. Slamming down the Monkey. Doing his monkey business. Going to pick up that kill on Wilmot.
Goal Fury does go down in favour of Smite Odin. I think they actually managed to steal it away from Insomnia there, because it was initiated by Insomnia, but the quick rotation, I think ISIS with the Circle of Protection actually managed to steal it away from Team Insomnia. I just want to talk about the Humbats there. Twice he's come in now with the Fear No Evil, and he's missed it both times.
At least he picked up the kill. I'll likely be talking to Future after this, and we'll make sure to give him some crap over that. But there we go. We're going to see the dash from Watson again. He's going to pop BB into the wall once again. He's putting the auto attacks on. There's amazing how much damage Watson puts on just landing those over and over and over again. Hades taking a lot of damage. He may be able to heal off the next wave, though, as he's getting a little bit more tanky with the Warlock Sash online.
Yeah, definitely. We haven't really talked about the mid matchup. It's Isis versus Poseidon. You'd probably think that Poseidon with that instant Kraken with the Whirlpool would, be a bit of trouble for Isis, but she's doing okay. She's 1-1. She did actually manage to steal the gold for her away, and I feel like the circle protection with the Geb and the Hades, as well as the Ballona as well, that's a really good area abilities, especially for team fights. And if they do play it off right, that should be decent for Smite, Odin Smite.
Yeah, they have a decent team fight with their build here. The thing to note, though, Isis does outclear Poseidon, right? And she does have the gold lead here, convincingly so, and that's just due to her ability to clear and push those waves in the tower.
Yeah. I mean, she actually got purple pot at the start, if you didn't notice. So just to help the clear even better, to be honest, make her clear more efficient, possibly even stop Poseidon clearing effectively with his Whirlpool. Ooh, Poseidon popping his trident there, probably looking for an engagement because he does have Kraken online, and there isn't Aegis and Bees coming out from Isis, so playing it quite smart, playing it quite safe, knowing that there is obviously the Humbat Sphere on the Evil and the Poseidon Kraken to deal with, has got actives.
BB is going to get popped off from tower. Here's the auto attacks coming down. Hunbats is in as well. BB is going to fall. Syncrotion just able to get in range for the assist there, as Sylvanas makes the rotation towards solo lane as well, while Isis push waves on her tower. Interesting rotation by Insomnia there, thinking Sylvanas maybe should have stayed at the mid lane, got some of that solo farm.
Yeah, a lot of rotations to the solo lane, a lot more than I expected actually. They realised that the Hades might be a bit of a weak link here, and they just capitalised on the fight. Oh,
look at the pull!
From Zenborn, Fear Not Evil followed it up. Kraken coming out from Poseidon, that should be dead Isis, but second Poseidon keeps her alive just for now, but Wilmot picks up the Poseidon on the backline, gets a double kill. Will Sylvanas' future could go down as well. I think he might have DC'd. Yes, that's a triple kill for Wilmot, and is he going to follow up with any more? No, Hercules is there. He should be fine for now, but oh my god.
This is what we've seen them complain about in chat, the triple DC. That is unfortunate for Insomnia right there. Wow.
Oh dear.
That didn't go the way they wanted it to. If Future hadn't DC at the beginning of that fight, you never know how that may have turned out. Maybe the Isis kill would have been secured there. Maybe the Spirit Ball wouldn't have went over the wall. Maybe the Wingus wouldn't have hit. But there's a lot of what-ifs there. And the absolute truth of that engagement, however, is that Odin came out with the win.
Yeah, I wouldn't say there was anything bad with that engagement. The engagement had started before, before any sort of DC was coming through. I think Humbat's actually DC'd during the fight, and that is really unfortunate.
No way for Odin to know that. No way for them to know.
Yeah, I mean, once you're going in like that, especially in the middle of the team fight, like I'd say semi-team fight, you just don't stop. Like, for all you know, they could just they could muck up on the keyboard. Unlikely, but you just keep going and keep going. It's unfortunate that it is a DC, but we'll wait for these guys to come back and obviously, hopefully, trying to sort things out between themselves.
Some of the interesting things to note, though, Tyler actually outlaning the X-Ball, up gold on Dobson, 300 gold there. That might just have to do with the Medusa clear. It does have tier 1 of Soul Leader built up here already. The other story, obviously, Poseidon getting out-farmed by Isis as well. And the one lane that seems to be winning for Insomnia right now is Hercules with that 1,300 gold lead in the Soul lane. And here we go, the dash on their tower. Wilmot's going to get popped with tower shots. He's down to half health as Watson comes up into the wave, getting a little ballsy there. Tyler making the rotation as well to mid lane.
Yeah, I think you're... Oh god, that driving strike.
Yeah, driving strike, BB Lovecat finding himself a little bit far ahead. Almost hits the Earthbreaker as well. He's down to a quarter health.
I thought you were a few seconds ahead.
No, we're on. We're right on. You hit that driving strike right as it happened.
Alright, that's fine. That's fine with me. But I think Watson should just go back to this solo lane, just keep on farming. He's level 14 at this moment in time. He's actually gone into the Emerald Talisman, so he hasn't gone the full Son of Gaia just yet, but going into the Smithy's Hammer, possibly going for a Rune Forged. Interesting, we haven't seen a Mystical Male come out, even though he is against the Hades.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't think he saw himself getting into the team fights this early. Is probably what happened here. But tier 2 Sonogaim does give him that health regen to combo with his 3. You're going to see him get a step up here and get aggressive on BB. Just going to miss that dash. The death from below comes up just in time.
Mid lane, Isis getting absolutely destroyed by 4 members of Insomnia. That was fantastic. It all started with the cripple from Poseidon, followed by a dry pull from Sylvanas into a Kraken, and that was just good night, Isis. Oh my god.
Goodbye, Isis is exactly the way I'd put that one. That was... was that 3 ults I just saw there? Did I see a Rathatira, a Kraken, plus the circle protections from the Isis, and the Hunbat's ult?
Yeah. That was just annihilation. That was just screw this guy. Screw this guy in particular.
Yeah. You got away last time because we all DC'd. Not this time. Not this time.
Yeah.
We're going to see the big 3-man rotations. Insomnia loves those. Declare the jungle camps. They make sure they get those timers. And just look at the grouping here near Goal Fury as this is 2v3. Yeah, they want to be careful here. Just a little bit of a stare down.
Yeah, they're just having a bit of a stare down at the Goal Fury. Typical what you see, especially when the support wants to ward. I think Turtle here, yeah, he's just got his couple of wards here. But there is one sneaky one for Insomnia at the southern side of the Goal Fury. So they will be able to see if Odin Smite do actually start the Goal Fury. They won't have vision on the actual Goal Fury, but they'll have like a hint that they might do it. But it's still there, it's still open. But at the moment, I would expect Insomnia to actually go for it after winning, if they win the next engagement.
I'd imagine we're getting near that sweet spot where Goal Fury is worth its weight in gold. So we'll see that rotation coming very soon.
Yeah. I mean, you see a lot of people hovering over it. I'm half expecting a few wards come out from Insomnia. His Zenborn backs right now. He definitely should be getting a ward. But, oh no. You should not be doing that. Get out of there.
Odin has to be careful here now, the 4-man grouping from Insomnia. Look at Isis as well. They might make the rotation for Isis again. Isis is going to wise up to that back off as she pushed the minion wave.
Oof, that could have turned.
Here comes Watson. Here comes Watson. He is in on Goal Fury. And they're going to start this up.
Yeah, they want to do it. It looks like Watson's going to tank it with those mitigating wounds. The one at the forefront for Odin Smite could possibly go in, but the Goal Fury is very low now, down to 25%. They're still doing a good zoning from Zenborn. They're actually going to release it and look to engage it.
Rathatira and the Kraken is comboed there. The beads from Wilmot are going to be expended. He's going to go down there as the Hercules ult is pop. Fantasy Kai down to half health as Geb comes in on the back line looking for the 3-man Cataclysm right now. He's not going to find it. He may get the 5-man though. And here's BB Lovecat, the Pillar Agony comboed in. That is huge with the Spirit Ball. And Tyler K is going to pick up the double kill there as Insomnia is going to have to back it on out there. Dobson going to fall as well.
Wow. Like, oh, wait, is that more? That's 3 more. Oh my. That's 3 more DCs. Oh, that play from Hades right there coming in. It wasn't just Hades, it was Geb as well setting it up. Just Geb with the Cataclysm, Hades coming in with that Pillar of Agony, and everyone was just like trapped inside it, and there was nothing they could do about it. 3 go down straight away, and only Humbats and Hercules remain, but there are 3 DCs for Insomnia. This game is just full of them.
Absolutely insanely bad break for Insomnia there. You know, one has to think that you look over. Okay, just look at these guys. All right, X-Ball, beads are still up. Poseidon, beads are still up. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just like, oh crap, there's a Hades. Oh no, and then you just forget. Like, you forget that you have it. Sometimes you might even try and walk out of it. Sometimes you think, oh, I can use my jump ability or something like that to get out.
But you have to think as well. I look at the X-Ball. I can't help but think that his jump was up. I didn't see it used in the engagement at all, plus the beads. When did he actually DC? You know, that's when the question comes in. Like, did he DC in the middle of that Cataclysm? Did he DC during the Pillar of Agony? And yeah, it's unfortunate for this type of stuff to happen in a qualifying match, but that's what do you do?
I mean, you just got to keep playing. You've just got to try your best. and hope that the other team having the same amount of DCs as you are. But Watson could be some trouble here. Spirit Ball off the mark for Isis, trying to zone out here. Humbats getting knocked up by Geb, getting chased down possibly from Hades. He does get the death blow, but they're just going to force him away. But Watson on the backline still battling with other members. But Isis picks up Humbats there. Actually, was that with the Spirit Ball? Very nice.
I want to see Watson roaming around here still. Unfortunate break for Insomnia. Odin up about 1,500 gold right now as well. That's going to hurt them a bit. They're going to have to wait to try and scale this in the late game, as the XP difference now is up to 4,700 as well, if we look at the graphs.
I mean, with those three, oh, okay, it's like Borna just getting away from that Kraken there, a bit off the mark here from Syncrotion, but I'll tell you one thing, Watson did a really good job. There were four members of Odin Smite looking to engage on the Goal Fury, and just him and Humbats alone managed to deter them away from that objective and make sure that they don't actually get it. So the Goal Fury is still up and running, and it is still possible for Insomnia to go for it.
Kai now level 17 to Poseidon's level 14. You gotta think that that's gonna hurt as they try and bridge for the late game here now. Poseidon really far behind now. No pen online just yet. She has cooldown boots in the Book of Thoth online, so you have some sustained damage there. But they need to get that pen online nice and early now, especially with the level disadvantage. You're gonna have to see that Spirit Magus come out from Poseidon.
Definitely. Hades come into the fights as well. The pillar bagging should be a massive advantage in their favour. Is he going in on top of three members? There it is. Cataclysm on top of it as well. It's like Isis coming in with Circle Protection. Zenboard, the main focus. It does get taken down, but Humbats retaliating on top of the ADC. Medusa just getting out of there. Humbats still trying to give chase for the moment. He's getting stuck in between three of them. Manages to leap out. Bologna trying to give chase with the Eagles rally and the dash, but is it going to be enough? Great Earthbreaker from Watson just to secure Humbats' safety.
Look at where Dobson is. Dobson finds himself in the middle of that fight there in safety. He saw them chasing the back line. He said, you know what, I'm going to get in here and put some damage on BB. He doesn't have his ult right now. He can't do a whole lot to me. Earthbreaker almost going to hit. Fantasy Kais, they're going to have to disengage out of this one.
Yeah, they're just going to have to. I think Hercules is being that zoning potential. He's also being that stone that Insomnia are needing right now, especially with these DCs that have happened to him. And it's just been a bit of a crucial pillar for Insomnia in the last two or three team fights, but they do have vision on the Goal Fury, and they could potentially go ahead and try and sneak it away. Oh no, sorry, Odin Smite do have vision on it. Sorry, that was my bad. I thought that was red for a second. Then that would. My eyes deceived me. But Watson.
XP and gold difference still around the same mark as we've seen before, so that fight wasn't a detriment so much to Insomnia. Look at how far Watson is into the enemy team here.
Yeah,
no fear.
He shouldn't carry. Level 17 Hercules, who what's he building? Emerald Talisman, Rune Forged. I mean, he's not super tanky, but he can take a fair bit of damage.
Here we're going to see the first push on the tier 1 tower on mid lane here now. There's the dash from Watson. He's going to push Turtles right in. There is the Whirlpool as well. That combo not going to do a whole lot to Geb at this point in the game.
Ooh. Just getting out of there. His ball on there. Only just. Watson looking for the driving strike back into his team. The Aegis coming out from Isis there, very interesting. Actually trying to counter the driving strike as Hades and Medusa look to start the Goal Fury, but rotation coming out from Insomnia.
And here we go, Pillar of Agony going to be dropped a little bit prematurely as far as I can tell, as the Kraken is going to go up to put some damage on BB Lovecat. He's actually going to get the kill on Synchrotion, however. There's the Wrath of Terra, BB Lovecat down to half health. Here's the Eagles Rally, comboed with the Spirit Ball for the CC chain. Here we go, the Hercules ult is down as Watson continues to lay down the Autotoxin BB Lovecat. It's 4v1 for Watson right here as the rest of his team debates coming back in. Watson still at full health. The Spirit Ball is going to hit Dobson. Dobson is in right now with the jump. He's going to refresh the poison ticks on top of BB Lovecat. Wilmot on the way out of the fight right now. Ice is making sure to back it up there in the mid lane as well. And Insomnia possibly looking to put enough damage on here to knock Odin out of the Goal Fury.
Yeah, Watson actually just yet again being that pillar, that stone for Insomnia, and making sure he takes a lot of the damage while his teammates apply it. And they've actually managed to force Odin Smite away from the goal, but they are coming back in. This could be another fight, and this will be a crucial fight for the Goal Fury. if they do continue like this. Humbat's trying to just clear some minions around that Gold Fury, stop
There,
any sort of vision coming out.
there are no ultimates up. No ultimates up right now on either side, and you have to think that the Insomnia team does have the advantage. If you're looking at it from a pure... Oh, here we go.
Yeah, Future just gone into the spot of trouble. Born, they're giving in with the Eagles rally. Should be able to know. Unfortunately, I think Future's got out again with that. Zenboy trying to get the pull to get him to safety, but that should be it for now. Poseidon is here as well. Cracker going down on top of the Medusa, obliterating her health. And looking to force down some damage on top of Born, but Pillar of Agony coming out from the Hades. But he's got to be very careful here.
BB Lovecat gonna find himself at the wrong end of that engagement. As we can tell, he is in the middle of 4 of them. He is gonna get out of there. It looks like there was maybe a banner or something popped right there. No? Okay, no, maybe it's just lag on my screen. Yeah, it looked like Hades got a big speed burst there. Alright, we're gonna see the Gold Fury started up here now. Turtles on the outside. We've seen Turtle with a couple nice Gold Fury steals last week. And they actually gave Paradigm a little bit of a hard time with those Gold Fury steals. I'm sure you remember that, Ospus. But did you see him whenever that was?
Yeah, definitely. I did see him. Definitely, Turtle was the standout Guardian for stealing. He's trying to do it again. He's actually quite tanky. He's trying to do it. He's going to be able to do it. But he does do it!
Odin has destroyed the Gold Fury. There's the Cataclysm on Future Zenborn. As BB Lovecat comes in, no pillar up just yet, but you have to think it's coming soon, as that's why he's so aggressive. Watson just laying down the auto attacks there on the back line. Zenborn going to find himself down to a bar of health as BB Lovecat going to pick up that kill. There is the double dash. There we go. Kai and BB are going to get hit. Watson going to get the double Earthbreaker as well. Going to bring back Kai and Wilmap, but all for naught. Watson's going to do his best to try and disrupt, as he's going to push 2 under tower here right now. Turtle taking a few tower hits. Watson down to half health. He's going to have to back it out of here now as Dobson makes his way in.
How the hell did he get that Gold Fury? I don't believe how he got that with a Shockwave, especially with a boulder coming out on top of it by Hercules. That secures another Gold Fury for Odin Smite, and it allows them to aggress very hard and put some pressure up.
Here's the Kraken.
From Poseidon on top of Hades. I think he's overextended here. He should be able to get out for now. No boulder from, but the Darkness and Knights from Shibuaki trying to slow him down. Trying to slow down the whole of Odin Smite. This is worse.
Earthbreaker on Fantasy Kai. There's the cripple on him as well. He's going to go down. Hercules ult down as well. That's actually going to hit Turtles there all the way back by mid Harpies, as Watson still chasing now on Wilmot. Zenborn in tow as well. BB Lovecat was still being chased by Dobson as well. And Insomnia putting the pressure on. They are battling back on these team fights. They are down gold and they are down XP. 7,600 and 3,500 are the deficits for Insomnia right now.
Yeah, they've lost a couple of Gold Furies at this moment. Let's just have a look at the graphs here. They are in favour of Odin Smite for the moment, but the aggressors are Team Insomnia. They really are just working together as a team and trying to actually get some nice damage off. Hades actually could get caught out here. He does get Geb shielded, but is it going to be enough for Earthbreaker? Driving Strike, is it there? No, he doesn't get it, but Zenborn goes in with the Wrath of Terror. It looks like Lovecat wants to pop the Pillar of Agony, try and get that extra protections whilst also doing damage, but he does fall against 5 members of Insomnia as they just back off and lick their wounds.
There's the Shockwave. Again, the Shockwave, the magic Shockwave that stole Gold Fury. It's hard to imagine just watching that, barely able to do any damage to the minion wave that stole a Gold Fury. I am still blown away by that. Excellent timing by Turtles nonetheless. There. Good bounce back by Insomnia to go get the tier 1 tower there, however, taking a global objective. They did lose their tier 1. They still are down a Gold Fury, but that narrows the lead just a little bit. The gold deficit going down from 3,500 down to 2,100 after those little engagements. They didn't lose anyone either, so they'll be able to narrow some of the experience deficit here as well.
The only problem I can see Geb is having at the moment is that he is a couple of grand behind the rest of his team, but he is ahead of the Sylvanas in terms of gold. He's currently sitting at obviously 0-0, but 10 assists. If he went Traveler's Shoes, would that have been, a different story? Going Traveler's Shoes, I think he would have had a lot more items by now if he went Traveler's Shoes.
This is something I still find contentious, is that I've seen everyone in the youth scene just going cooldown boots. And, Travelers are still where it's at. If you're looking at the long game, like, you're going to be real behind at when the rest of your team's level 20 and you don't have Travelers. And from a gold perspective, from a farming perspective, you're gonna be behind.
Yeah, I mean, the fact is that the Sylvanas also like cooldown boost, so it's not as bad. But if you see the opposing support go cooldown boost first, you probably want to try and go Travelers and just go for the out farm. As Lovecat actually gets
There's
smacked here by Watson in the solo lane again. But he should be fine now. He's actually quite tanky. He's got the steel mail, and he's also got 78 stacks on his water slash.
with the Hercules build now, you got that Rune Forge online. You got your Jotuns. Looks like maybe a mail renewal coming out here as well fairly shortly. That Stone guy is still not finished off there. Obviously content with the regeneration coming off the tier 2 item there. So it's interesting. Watson has been unkillable thus far. And he's going to take that tier 1 tower.
It's Hercules. Hercules isn't. You gotta have 5 people killing Hercules. That's how it goes. That's what he's there for. But
the other interesting one is Fantasy Kai. It seems like you need 5 people to kill him as well. Here we go. The Blink Wrath of Terra. There's the Humbat's ult. It hits this time, Osbus.
Yeah, it looks like Fantasy Gate actually walking outside. Circle protection, great Kraken from Poseidon, timed beautifully. And Paradigm Dobson even will just clear that up. And looks like he's going to get caught up here by the Hades in the side of the Pillar of Agony. He does actually fall. Meanwhile, on the back line, Medusa wants to get away from Watson for the moment. He's just traveling around. Geb's shield will actually get him safe for a bit longer, but Geb's still dealing with the rest of Team Insomnia as the bounce nearly on top of the Medusa there, almost got it, and Balloon having to use Eagle's Rally to get out of any sort of danger, as Insomnia just back off and could possibly go for the Gold Fury.
Yeah, and it looks like we're finally going to see Insomnia's first Gold Fury, unless something happens very quickly to change that. Geb comes in with a hot shockwave again. They will take this Gold Fury, and that should narrow the gold lead in their favor.
Here he comes.
There comes Big Geb. Big Daddy Geb is coming in.
They don't want him. They don't want him to do it this time. I think they should engage on top of him. They don't want him to do it.
Yeah, here now they're gonna have to compete with Bologna as well. There's a Wrath of Terra trying to narrow the gap. There is the first Gold Fury for Team Insomnia. They're finally gonna get it. They have a 500 gold lead. Their first gold lead since the first 3 minutes of the game. As we see the Whirlpool put down and the Hunbat's ultimate. Oh my God, double Kraken as well.
Not doing too much damage, but Poseidon actually...
Look at Watson.
Looks like Geb wants to go in on the backline, gets the Cataclysm on top of 2 members. Meanwhile, Watson takes down Medusa on the backline, and it looks like Geb just wants to try and get out of there. Hades is still there. He could get caught out here from Insomnia, but they don't even know he's there for the moment. Isis could be here as well. Gets the circle protection to focus for Watson at this moment. And manages to pick up a kill on Sylvanas, but he's just trying to wing us away from Watson for the moment. Is it going to be enough? No, it's not.
Watson just devastating that team fight there. He got right on the back line, chased Tyler clean out of that fight, and was able to get the Earthbreaker down during the during her escape, which was crazy. Right as she landed her escape, the Earthbreaker dragged her right on back. Great patience by Watson, and we've seen that he kind of lines up. He's just there rotating, you know, and he finally just pops the Earthbreaker right at the right moment. He has great timing on those abilities on Hercules.
Yeah, that just comes with practice, I suppose. I mean, I was playing Hercules for the first time the other day, and I kept missing everything. You know, on PC, I could hit everything. On the Xbox, I was just like, how does this happen? How do you do this again? How does this work?
A lot of people don't understand that it's a completely different game. Like I was actually in party talking to Proxy last night in Future, and I was just talking to Proxy. He was talking about how he's trying to learn the controls. You know, it's a different ballgame. Obviously, Proxy has played at a high level, and you know, the former SK Gaming roster, I believe, is where Proxy came from. So you look at that stuff, and even Confrey. I remember Confrey making a comment the Xbox controller or something he was trying to learn as well. So I mean, you've got these players that played Smite for three years, right?
Yeah, it's learning something new as well. I mean, I was streaming the other day, and I was playing Rama. I was like, don't worry, I've got this. I can play Rama, easy peasy. Like his ultimate is easy for me. I'm the new suit Snoopy, and then all of a sudden I'm there streaming and I miss everything. Jaren's in my stream, and he's just like, dude, what the hell?
Yeah, well, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
Rama's hard. I'm like, nah, it's not. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And then I'm just like, oh god, I'm missing everything.
Yeah, I'd say you'll see a lot more respect for the Xbox scene come out after Smite World Championships, when you got like the Xboxes set up there and people are trying it, and a lot of the PC players actually actually get the idea. You know, this game's actually pretty hard on the Xbox. And there we go, Earthbreaker on Fantasy Kai. He's gonna find himself caught out here, but there's the beads and the Hercules ultimate. But the Aegis is dropped as well. Look for Dobson to pick up that kill, however, with the Bola. Gonna bounce off of Turtle. There is the Wrath of Terror and the Cataclysm. There also is a Kraken drop down as Tyler comes in, but it's not gonna hit anyone with that Medusa ult. Just gonna get him right in the back. Sunbats with the ultimate to make the Medusa think twice about engaging into that fight. BB Lovecat gonna death from below out of there. Watson hot on the chase, however. He's gonna look for Tyler K by the looks of things. Looking for that Earthbreaker. And the dash is going to miss Wilmot, but Wilmot had already found himself in a bad situation as Sylvanas had grabbed him. Here's the push for Phoenix.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Odin Smite at the moment. Watson just again being the pillar in that fight. At the forefront, taking all the damage, but also applying a lot of it himself. Oh, Poseidon could be getting caught out here by Hayden. He's fine for now. The Phoenix does fall. Looks like Insomnia do clear that Phoenix. Could possibly look for the left hand side as well. A lot of towers need to go down as they come into they're coming into the lead now with this 4.5k gold difference and a 2.5k XP difference.
Good call by Syncrocian to get out of there, go back to base. You know, don't get caught up in the hype of taking towers. There's 4 men there. They can melt that. You're not going to do a whole lot to really expedite that. And you can just be a liability to your team when they're trying to peel for you while trying to take the tier 2 tower.
Yeah, I mean, Hercules is just being an absolute solid.
Well, did you see that Mail of Renewal? Did you see the Mail of Renewal ticks during that fight? Like, he could go on for days. There was nothing that Odin could do against Hercules in that round.
Hercules for days. Yeah, I mean, not only has he got the Mail of Renewal and the mitigate wounds, he's also got Sylvanas there as well. You know, just because extra healing. Oh, looks like Sylvanas will be going into Lord's Crown as well, so that's extra protections every time you get healed by Sylvanas. That's very nice.
And here we go. Look at the grouping here now. BB Lovecat is in a precarious situation here. He's looking to come from behind and get the big Pillar of Agony, but Zenborn is going to catch him there with the root as BB is going to back on out of there. He sees the 4 men from Insomnia all grouped together. Ooh. And the big Wrath of Terra and the Cataclysm. There's the Kraken going to go down. Not going to hit anyone. Turtle's down to half health. Here's the Pillar of Agony going to go down from BB Lovecat. Everyone's going to back on out of that one. And BB Lovecat still at full health. However, Turtle down to 3 bars. Watson going to pick up that kill with the boulder as he is back on the back line. 3v1 as Wilmot going to pick up Syncrocian. Tyler K going to fall victim to Barney's hammer once again as Watson is just all over him in these team fights. Dobson going to pick up a kill there back in the action. Look at BB Lovecat now as he is going to be refreshed on the poison ticks. Kai trying to put the wind gust down on the rest of the team. Camera being a little bit finicky here as well.
Yeah, I mean, Watson still trying to give chase here. Humbat's meanwhile trying to deal with the Hades as looks like Odin Smite will be able to just get out of this. Is he going to get the Earthbreaker? No, it's not. Stumble misses as well. So it looks like the Insomnia team was just going to back off. There's one thing I want to mention though. Watson was on the back line of Odin Smite for a very long time and he was dealing with 3 members of Odin Smite. The only problem I saw with that was that he was doing too much with the backline, and when things got a bit hairy on the Insomnia backline, when Sylvanas came in and when Hades came in, he didn't actually do anything about it. He carried on with the backline for Odin Smite and didn't focus on any squishes that might be trying to kill the rest of his team. He should be turning around and focusing on helping his team. As they have started Fire Giant here, but actually,
and Odin's gonna pick that back up.
They're gonna take. Oh, no,
Team Insomnia is going to get that. The Hercules Boulder is going to secure that. Wrath of Terror is going to go down here as well. Isis Circle protections down. Not going to do enough. There's the 3-man Spirit Ball as the fight is starting to heat up here now. Dobson putting down the auto attacks on Fantasy Kai. Watson going to pick up that kill as well. Look at Turtles. Turtles is not going to escape out of this one as he is down to half health so far, and he is just running around the crypt there as he is trying to dodge the auto attacks from Syncrocian right now, and he is finally going to get the rollout, and he may actually get out of here. Tyler K, however, is not going to be so lucky. His future going to do 1, 2, 3 auto attacks and pick up that kill.
There's nothing worse than dying to Shield of the Underworld. There's nothing worse. Hercules had popped it and was just staring at Isis, killing herself. There's nothing worse. The Wind Gust was just like, okay, damage.
There's the pull from Sylvanas, and there is that wave, and that's going to take down Mr. Turtles. Dobson gets the last auto attack. The Bolas Gonna do a ton of damage to Bologna as well as the mid. Phoenix comes up and Mortality, former Mortality, the Insomnia roster, gonna take this Titan fairly easily down to 20% health. There's a Hercules ult to finish it off in fine fashion as he has to be your MVP for this game.
Yeah, definitely. Hands down, Hercules.
40,216 damage coming out of Hercules, almost full tank build.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a full-on tank build, but he has got these core items online, and some nice damage items as well. The Odin's Wrath and the Titan Spin, but all in all, it was just a really